Shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this update. Whether you need a domain, website, online store, whatever, make it with Squarespace. You can get 10% off your first purchase when you go to squarespace.com/theknow. Welcome to The Know, I'm Brian. Is Microsoft planning to release a discless Xbox? That is what the website Thurrott claims, saying that they plan on releasing an updated Xbox One console next year that will not use discs. Now, for people who still have physical copies and want to use it, the site says that Microsoft is going to have something called a disc-to-digital program where you can take your disc to a participating retailer and you can get a download code. Now, if you're thinking like, this sounds like shit, there's no way I would get this, the upside is that the discless console will be much cheaper than existing Xbox One. They're expected to cost $200 or less. Now, this is not planned as part of Microsoft's next generation of consoles. Those are known as the Scarlet family of devices. Maybe also might have a disc, one might stream, who knows, but those are not expected until 2020, according to Thurrott. The man responsible for a swatting prank that ended in a shooting death has pleaded guilty, probably looking at a long time in prison. The Associated Press reports that Tyler Barris pleaded guilty to 51 charges, including making a false report resulting in a death, as well as cyber stalking and conspiracy related to the swatting calls. The AP says he will get 20 to 25 years in prison if the plea deal is accepted by a judge. Of course, all of this stems from an incident last year in which Barris tried to swat another gamer, Shane Gaskill of Wichita, Kansas, after Gaskill had a dispute with another gamer while they were playing Call of Duty World War II. Barris allegedly called police in Wichita to report a shooting and kidnapping at what he thought was Gaskill's address, but another man, Andrew Finch, was at the address instead. He was shot and killed by the police. Barris also pleaded guilty to a number of other charges stemming from making false bomb reports to high schools, colleges, TV stations, and malls in several different states. He is set to be sentenced on January 30th. It looks like that Battlefield 5 delay is hitting EA in the wallet. Bloomberg reports that EA stock has dropped 29% since the end of September, and that has a lot to do with Battlefield 5 release date being pushed back a month. It was initially supposed to release in October, you might remember, but EA and DICE pushed it back a month because of competition from games like Black Ops 4. It's out now for some versions of the game. The standard version is set to release next week, but after that delay was announced, Bloomberg reported that at least 9 hedge funds sold their shares of EA. Meanwhile, Rockstar's parent company Take-Two Software and Activision Blizzard actually saw investor money coming in. Still though, the stocks from all three companies have taken a beating in recent months. Take-Two shares are down 23% since the end of September, while Activision's has dropped even more, 38%. Another development studio has sadly shut down. Bandai Namco executive Landon Wynn tweeted yesterday that Bandai Namco Studios Vancouver will be closing. He added, "I want to thank everyone who came with us on this journey. We shipped some awesome experiences together. Thank you to all of the fans who supported our games and our studio." No word on how many people worked at the branch, but it was responsible for mobile games like Tekken Mobile, Tap My Katamari, Pac-Man Bounce, and Pac-Man 256. Wynn, who was also among those laid off, said that a small skeleton crew is staying on to work on Tekken Mobile. The man responsible for the long-awaited Final Fantasy VII Remake says that things are going along just fine when it comes to development. In a Famitsu interview translated by Kotaku, Tetsuya Nomura was asked about recent reports that seemed to indicate that the game's development wouldn't really start until Kingdom Hearts 3 releases in January, but Nomura told Famitsu that was not official info. As I said in E3, development is progressing favorably. He added that Square Enix's PR machine is understandably focused on Kingdom Hearts 3 right now, but after that, it will move on to the Final Fantasy Remake. And if you're wondering, he did not give a release date. It's official, Sunset Overdrive is coming to PC, and in fact, it's out today. Insomniac Games tweeted out the news along with a sweet trailer for the PC version of the game. Of course, we've been hearing rumors about this forever, but Always nice to get official confirmation. Insomniac says it's coming to both the Microsoft Store and Steam. If you haven't played it, definitely worth giving it a shot. It has got a lot of action and some crazy humor. You can definitely see how it would go on to influence some parts of Spider-Man, which Insomniac later made. The PlayStation 4 has turned 5. In a post yesterday, Sony gave some interesting stats for the best-selling console of this generation. It has sold more than 86 million units and more than 777 million pieces of software. The 5 top best-selling games for the console are, in no particular order, Black Ops 3, Call of Duty World War II, FIFA 17, and FIFA 18, as well as Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, while there have been a lot of different versions of the PS4 over the years, if you're curious about the rarest model, Sony says that will be the PlayStation 4 Pro 500 million limited edition console that they released to commemorate 500 million PlayStations sold. I just checked Amazon. I mean, they're sold out. They're currently going for like $880 on Amazon. It is nuts. Cliff Bleszinski said he is done making video games. The developer, who is known for his work on the Unreal and Gears of War games, got into a little bit of a back and forth on Twitter with someone who apparently wanted a refund for one of his recent games, Lawbreakers. Now, that game was made by Bleszinski's studio, Boss Key Productions, which closed down earlier this year. In a response to the refund seeker, Bleszinski wrote, "I paid my employees their 401ks and their healthcare even months after the studio folded, so they could care for their families. I didn't take a salary myself for 2 years. I get you're sad, but God, this kind of shit is another reason I am never making another game." And never was in caps. Man, though, Telltale could learn a lesson from old Cliffy B. At least he did right by his people. All right, that is all the news we got for the roundup today. Let us know what you think about these stories down in the comments below. Oh crap, I was supposed to blink. Somebody wanted me to blink at the 3-minute mark. Now I forgot. Hold on. Now I forgot how many times I'm supposed to blink and what that means. Oh well, I blink. I read the comments, so there are your blinks. For all your news from every corner of the internet, like this video, subscribe to The Know, hit us up on our website, theknow.tv. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this update. Squarespace is your one-stop shop for establishing your own corner of the internet, whether you need a domain, a website, an online store, whatever. It is super easy to get started. They got a free trial so you can check out their different design templates. They've got 24/7 customer service, and they're an all-in-one platform, so there's nothing for you to install, patch, or upgrade. You don't have to deal with any of it. We have used them in the past too. We actually built our holiday gift guide last year on Squarespace. I have definitely spent a lot of time tinkering around with the templates and the tools. I can confirm, very easy to use, very straightforward. If I can use it, literally anyone can. If you've already got a domain but you haven't done anything with it yet, I've definitely been there myself. You can transfer it to Squarespace, super easy, so you don't have to keep track of multiple vendors, and they'll help you manage your products, orders, and inventory if you're putting together an online store. Try it out for free at squarespace.com. Then when you're ready to go, you can get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain by going to squarespace.com/theknow.